fly predators, there's fly spray, there's traps, there's home remedies. Let me know in the comments what you like to use. Hey everyone, it's that time of year again. You know what I'm talking about. It's fly season, so we got to get our horses used to fly spray. I'm going to show you guys how to do it, make it easy. Let's get into it. So I'm here with Lambo, who's a yearling. He's had a little bit of handling, not a whole lot, and so I'm assuming he's going to be a little bit spooky around the fly spray. So what I'm going to do to prepare him for that is I'm going to get him used to my flag first and just kind of check him out with that. Now I know he's been handled with a flag, so I don't expect him to be too spooky, but we're going to go ahead and start with this. Now over here in Wisconsin, it went from wintertime to summertime like that. So it's been super hot the last couple days, so he's still kind of got his winter coat on, so he's a little bit sweaty. It's not like I just don't want you to think I ran him around the round pen or something before we started. He literally went from his pasture to here. So I'm gonna get him used to the flag here. So step one is start here. Make sure they're kind of okay with some general movement around them. You know, if your horse is goosey with things like this, he's pretty good with that. So what you're trying to accomplish in this step is for him to read our intention and realize that our intention is just to put some tools around him and have him be okay with it. So I want to check out all the areas of their body that we may put fly spray on. So if you can't do this without them moving around, you don't really have much chance of the fly spray. Then, here's an important step. Use water first. So fly spray has a particular smell. That's going to put them off a little bit. And then you're trying to get them used to then the spraying, the noise and the spray, as well as the smell. And so you can make it simpler and save yourself some money by using water first. So we're going to get water out. And from there, my first step is to find an achievable distance, a distance that he can accept it, that he's maybe a little bit bothered by, but not so much that he feels like he has to run backwards or something like that. So let's go ahead and grab our water. I'm going to start off by just spraying it away from him. And on a hot day, he doesn't seem to be too bothered by this. So you can see there, he's a little bit bothered. So I'm going to try to just hold this position. He's wanting to smell it. And if he goes backwards, that's okay. I'm not going to be too worried about that. I'm not going to be afraid of switching sides either. Okay, so again, you can see he's a little bothered, so we'll just kind of go with it here. He made an effort, so now I'll take it away. So that's our first lesson. Things are going to bother your horses at times. You have to make sure you're not overexposing them. That would mean that it took maybe more than a couple of minutes for them to settle in. If it takes longer than that, you might have been overexposing them. So just be aware of that. That's why I say pick an achievable spot. But they're going to get bothered at things at times. And so this is where a lot of people, I feel like they immediately go to, well, the horse must be in pain. Well, the horse must be, there must be something wrong. Horses are prey animals by nature. They're going to be afraid of new things. This is a new thing to him. Maybe has never had fly spray put on him before. Hey, are you enjoying this video? If you would like to have a horsemanship coach or mentor to help you on your horsemanship journey, I would like to do that for you guys. The way I can do that is through my Patreon page. So you join that page and you'll have access to all the other content videos that I post regularly. You'll also be able to ask me questions and submit videos for coaching. So hope you guys consider that. I'll leave a link in the description below. Let's get back to spraying this horse down. And so it's my job to kind of present it to him in a way that he can make sense of in a relatively short amount of time. Not to expect him to be totally okay with everything right away. And hopefully this water will actually feel good. It's a hot day here. I think it's in the 90s right now. So again, I'm going to let him keep spraying it. I'm just kind of going with him. He stood still. Take it away. And then I'll walk away. You can see him lick and chew, which means he just got comfortable again. So when your horse gets bothered, don't release when they're bothered. We have a saying, never release on a brace. Ah, that was a little better. So we're getting good here. Now we'll try to keep going here. So I got a little bit closer. The other thing that happens is you put something in a human's hand that says you have to put this on them. And right away we get so direct lined where we go with the fly spray and we go right to the parts of their body that a horse might be afraid of. So in other words, I'm starting in his front end. Horses actually will typically accept things around their shoulder and their withers area first. Their head and neck and their legs are actually usually harder places to get a horse to accept new things. So I kind of will take whatever he's offering me, but it's nothing wrong with starting off to the side here. Again, if he moves away, no big deal. I'm just going to keep going. And then when he tries to stand still, I'll retreat. Him trying to stand still shows me that he's trying to be curious about it, trying to be okay with it. Work my way down, take it away. So now if I can start to take it away before he gets bothered, I will. Again, I'll always start off to the side here. We got our water bottle working here. Get to some of those harder areas. Get to those legs. Again, I'm just going to go with it here. He stood still, take it away. Now, if they back up a lot, I usually like to reset and kind of bring them back into me and do a little bit of draw. But you don't have to do that. If they finally find a standstill, you can go with that too. One thing that you definitely don't want to do when you're getting them used to fly spray, a lot of people do this when they have a big herd because it's convenient, is they walk out there with the horses at liberty and then they start just spraying them, and one will run by and they'll give them a squirt. You're actually just training them to run. Our camera person's laughing here. She's probably seen that happen before or done it herself. That's a pretty common one that people do. Well, if you spray and they leave, you're just teaching them to run away from it. So let's not do that. Let's take the time, set them up for success, put a halter on them, get a bottle with water in it, and get to spraying. It doesn't take a whole lot, and I bet this feels pretty good to him on a hot day here where he's already sweaty just from standing in the sun. And I'm gonna be real thorough with this. Now, I do actually want to fly spray him today, but in a perfect world, you would actually have done this ahead of time. So again, he's moving around. So I'm just gonna lift to stop a drift. Lift to stop a drift, okay? And then my hand releases again, it's slack. So another mistake that people might make is they wanna hold him here. The more you try to confine them, the more trapped they feel, the more they're gonna get defensive, the more their defense mechanisms are gonna come up. Give them some slack, let them feel like they can move around. Now you notice I'm also in a round pen, I'm not in my big outdoor arena. So I've narrowed the space a little bit so he feels slightly confined. I wouldn't get them real confined and put them in a stall either, because that's where they might kick out at you. Horses have a natural flight response. If they can't move away from what they're afraid of, their next instinct is going to be fight. That's where they might kick or strike. So we really, in training, don't want to ever bring a horse to that fight instinct. That really means we really overexposed them. We put a little too much pressure on. See, as long as he feels like he can drift away, he has a better chance of getting comfortable with this. And when he stops, he's training me quit spraying when I stand still. So we're getting pretty close here. We're almost ready to go for the fly spray. And you can see, horses, just because they accept something in their head and neck, this area, doesn't mean you can go everywhere. So you got to take the time to move around the horse and get them comfortable with it everywhere. The one thing I don't do is spray them in the face like this. I could do this with water because it's water, but I don't want to get into that much of a lesson with him today. That may take longer than I'm going for today. And I also wouldn't do that with fly spray. What I would do is I would spray it on my hand like this. And then if I wanted to put it on his face, I would go like here and just go over the eye. He's going to close his eye right there, and I'll just wipe my hand over it or wipe it on his ears there. So spray it on your hand and then go to their face or a rag or something. Don't spray it in their eyes, ears, or mouth. Now, in the comments below, let me know what your favorite fly solution is, okay? There's so many different options. There's fly predators, there's fly spray, there's traps, there's home remedies. Let me know in the comments what you like to use. So I think this is where officially I should have some duct tape like over the brand or whatever. But this is just what they brought out for me here to use. So I don't know of one fly spray being better than the other. I haven't done any research on that. So in the comments below, you guys can let me know what you think is the best one. I do know citronella works pretty good, so it's more of a natural thing and works pretty good. I've heard apple cider vinegar works pretty well. So you guys have to let me know if you guys think that works. So. Smells like this one has some citronella in it. And I try to just act natural. I try to go the same thing I was doing earlier. Good. Now I always try to do it so the wind is kind of going this way towards the camera. So I kind of like to spray so the wind takes it to them. All right. All right, Lambo, you are good to go, ready with that fly defense. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it gave you some tips and strategies on how to prepare your horse for fly spray. And hopefully you can keep your horses fly free. All right, have a good one. Thanks for watching.